Today we will discuss about explanation of camber, caster, kingpin rake, and combined angle toe in and toe out, and also center point steering. This topic we will discuss in today's class. In yesterday's class, we discussed about what is the introduction of a steering system, what is the explanation of steering system, is steering geometry. That steering geometry, see seen about what is steering geometry and what is the purpose of steering geometry and what are the different components is involved in that steering geometry and what are the properties of that different components steering geometry and camber, caster, kingpin rake, toe in and toe out. These are discussed in yesterday's class. Today also we will discuss about detail about these explanation of steering geometry. Different components is camber, caster, kingpin rake, angle, and combined angle toe in and toe out, and center point steering. These topics we will discuss in today's class. First of all, you can see what is camber. The steering geometry, number of design variables outside the steering mechanism that affect the steering behavior. It is defined below, starting their desirability and effects when they begin to drift out of tolerance. There are so many different designs. Based upon designs, the steering geometry is changed. Different types of designs are used in different types of automobile vehicles. In one automobile vehicle, there has a one design. If the automobile vehicle is changed, automatically the design of the steering geometry is also changed. There are that changing the design needs. There are different types of mechanisms are used. Different types of gears are used. Different types of power conversion. These are all design changes. Okay, so let we see about what is camber. Camber is the tip of the car read from the vertical, and the tire life will be maximum when the camber angle is 0. We can place the camber angle is 0, the tire life will be in maximum. And the caster is also known as wheel rake. That is known as wheel rake angle. That is camber. You will see camber is also called the wheel rake angle. Camber is also called the wheel rake angle, and it is inward or outward tilt of the wheel with respect to the vertical as seen from the front of the vehicle. You can observe and you can see what is the angle of that vehicle. You can observe in front side of the vehicle in detail. View should be observed by the front wheel of the vehicle. Okay, so you can see the diagram. That is the vertical position. It is the vertical position. It is exact vertical line. It is exact vertical line. So it is vertical position. Okay, but the tire will be fixed on the axle, some inclined portion, some angle, some angle is placed, and also the edges of the tire, the edges of that tire, you can observe it is also some angle and the portion. Okay, so you can see that arrangement. It is the inward or outward tip of the wheel with respect to the vertical. you can see the front of the vehicle. The camber is taken to be positive when the wheels tilt outward and negative when the tilting in inward. So the camber is usually 2 to 3 degrees only. So most of manufacturing specify a very small camber. It is usually 2 degrees to 3 degrees from straight up and down. Only that amount of angle should be maintained. That angle is called camber angle. That angle is called camber angle. Okay. So in that exact amount is specified taking into the account the kingpin inclination. We are already we will look at an exact point of that assembling of that wheel in the automobile vehicle axle. Where is the kingpin location? So that location is also important to maintain the camber angle. Okay, and it is properly adjusted wheel has a slightly positive camber and the vehicle is loaded, the passengers get inside the vehicle, the wheels straighten out and came to the vertical position with zero camber. So in that the camber position is 0 degrees or 1 degrees or 2 degrees or 3 degrees, it should be maintained. So the 0 degrees position is vertical angle, vertical position. It is called 0 degrees. It should not have any amount of angle. So the vertical position of the position is like this. Position is like this. Okay. So that is the 0 degrees angle. That is the vertical position. But why will place that camber angle? Because of the tilting of the vehicle. In the tilting of the vehicle, tilting of the car, when we maintain the camber angle in the wheels. Okay, you can see there are what is the camber angle and how should we specify the camber angle? It is camber angle is negative camber, positive camber, and a camber thrust. So camber is in thrust position. You can see what is W, vertical load. So the load acting on the wheel, the load acting on the wheel, and you can see FTH. So FTH in the camber thrust, FTH, it is side thrust. It is side thrust. And next one, Fs, it is side force. Side force acting on that wheel. Side forces acting on that wheel. Side forces acting on that wheel. Okay. Next, FC, cornering forces. The cornering forces. The tire should place on the road. The tire surface should touch on the roads. That is, cornering surfaces, cornering forces are acts on that tire. Okay. So the load acts on the corners of the wheel. Corners of the wheel. And next, beta is the camber angle. Beta is the camber angle. So in that beta is camber angle, it is two different types of angles is placed in the automobile vehicles. It is positive camber angle and a negative camber angle. So there is no positive and no negative camber angle. The uh, camber is in a thrust position. The camber is in thrust position. So you can see that thrust position, the beta is the camber angle placed in the V. Okay. So these are the two different types of camber angles in the automobile vehicles. First one, positive camber angle. Positive camber angle. So in that positive camber angle, if tiles outward, it is positive camber angle. You can see the direction of the wheel. You can see the direction of the wheel. So the wheel is placed in the direction of positive side. So the wheel is inclined in the position. It is positive side of the vehicle. So the wheel alignment. So it is vertical direction. It is the vertical direction. So in this direction, I am indicating it is a positive sign and the another side is a negative sign. Okay, so the right side is positive side and left side is negative sign. So the wheel is placed in the positive side. The wheel is fixed on that axle. It is positive side. So that is camber angle. So the camber angle is placed 2 degrees or 3 degrees to that angle and to the based upon the kingpin location. Based upon kingpin location, we can maintain the camber angle. Okay, so positive camber angle primarily used on front wheels. So the positive camber angle is used in front wheels only. Okay, so that is positive camber angle. And next you can see what is the negative camber angle and what is the difference between this positive camber angle and negative camber angle. You can see that negative camber angle, the tire should be placed in the mm, position of negative side. That means the tire is placed in the left side of the location of the vehicle. Left side of the location of the vehicle. It is the tire. This green color indicates the tire and it is the negative sign and it is positive sign. The left side, the tire should be inclined in negative side portion, negative portion of the axle. Okay, if tilted inwards, it is negative camber angle. That angle is called negative camber angle. Negative camber angle primarily used on rear wheels. This type of angle, this negative camber angle, we place in the rear wheels of the automobile vehicles, back wheels of the automobile vehicles. And what are the reasons of negative camber angle and why we use this negative camber angle? Increased cornering ability. So to increase the cornering ability and increases road shock and component wear. Increases the road shocks and the component wear. So these are the uses of negative camber in the automobile vehicles. Next one, what is the caster? What is the caster pin location in the automobile vehicle? What is the main purpose of this caster pin in automobile vehicle? So the caster pin, it is the tilt of kingpin center line of the steering axis. Kingpin center line of the steering axis, that is vertical in the plane of wheel is called caster angle. So that wheel is called caster angle. What it is called, the angle between kingpin center line. The angle between kingpin center line. Kingpin center line. Suppose it is the kingpin location. It is the kingpin center line location. It is the kingpin center line location and the vertical. And the vertical. It is known as caster angle. So in the plane of wheel is called caster angle. This plane of angle is called caster angle. So what is the effect of this caster angle? Incorrect caster can produce difficulties like hard steering, uh, pulling to one side when brakes are applied. These are the effects of cast pin. And you can see the caster is in the positive when the kingpin center line passes through road surface ahead of the center of the tire contact with the road. When the meeting of kingpin center line behind the wheel center line and the caster is designed as negative in the direction. And it able to the caster lies in the range of 2 degrees to 8 degrees in most of the modern vehicles. The amount of the range of angle maintained in the caster pin is 2 degrees to 8 degrees caster pin angle. Caster angle should be maintained on the automobile vehicle in nowadays. Okay, so these are also two types of caster angle placing. One is a positive caster angle and negative caster angle. You can see what is the positive caster angle. You can see, first of all, you can see what is caster angle. Uh, the caster angle, it is the kingpin location. It is the kingpin location. You can ask, it is the kingpin location, and it is the vertical line. So the vertical line, the angle between the kingpin location and the vertical line, that angle is called caster angle. That angle is called caster angle. We will place the caster pin in this side, negative side. Okay, so the angle between the caster kingpin location axis and the vertical line of that wheel, it is called caster negative sign caster angle. Okay, so it is the diagram of the caster angle. And what is a positive caster angle? And what is positive caster angle? The caster is called positive when the top of the kingpin axis is inclined to the rear of the wheel. And what are the benefits of this positive caster angle? It helps to maintain directional stability, and it helps to return wheels to straight ahead after being steered. These are the different benefits of the caster positive caster angle are used in the automobile vehicle. Okay, so what are the benefits? You can see once. It helps to maintain directional stability. Can maintain correct stability of the vehicle. The positive camber angle, positive caster angle is used, and it helps to return wheels to straight ahead after being steered. So, is there any turning? The wheel should be rotated automatically. Uh, the turning off, and the vehicle moves straight on the road, automatically the steering at a normal position. Then this positive caster angle uh, should use us to come to the normal position of the steering. Okay, so those are the benefits of positive caster angle. And what is a negative caster angle? What is negative caster angle? So if coping of the kingpin axis is inclined to the front of the vehicle, it is called a negative caster angle. Negative caster angle. Uh, The kingpin location, the kingpin axis in the negative side, and the vertical position of the wheel, it is that angle is called a negative caster angle. What are the benefits of this negative caster angle? Wheel is easier to turn, so the turning of wheel is very easy. There are any turnings occurred on the roads. The turning of wheel is very easy to turn the vehicle. That's why we will face a negative caster angle also. These are the two different types of angles. One is a positive caster angle, and another one is negative caster angle. And what is the kingpin inclination? What is kingpin inclination? We already seen about the kingpin location in a caster angle. So you can see what is kingpin inclination. The angle between the vertical line at the center of the kingpin or steering wheel, steering axle, when view of from front of the vehicle is known as kingpin inclination. So the kingpin inclination is the angle between the kingpin center line. Kingpin center line. Suppose it shows it is the center line of kingpin. It is the center line. Suppose it is the kingpin. It is the kingpin. So it is the kingpin, and the center line of this kingpin is this line. Center line of this kingpin is this line. Okay. And vertical where the tire touches the ground. Vertical where tire touches the ground. So tire touches the ground in this level. It is the vertical line. It is the vertical line. It is the vertical line. You can see it is the vertical line. So the angle between the kingpin center line and the vertical line of that wheel, it makes some angle. That angle is called kingpin inclination angle. That angle is called kingpin inclination angle. Okay, so this term has been renamed as steering axis inclination in relation to modern cars, where the kingpin has been replaced by the ball joints. By the modern cars, in nowadays automatic cars are used. In that modern cars, the kingpin it should be replaced with the ball joints. And that steering axis inclination then refers to the inclination of the ball joint axis from the vertical. So in that replacement of kingpin to the ball joints, the ball joints are used in the place of kingpin location. So this kingpin inclination uh, around 7 to 8 degrees, but it is not adjustable this inclination. Uh, the kingpin inclination angle, it is 6 degrees to 8 degrees or 7 degrees to 8 degrees angle should be maintained on the automobile vehicles. It is fixed. The inclination is fixed. Okay. So what is the purpose of this kingpin inclination? It helps to the straight head recovery and provides directional stability. Straight head uh, provide and directional stability. It should be maintained by using this kingpin in automobile vehicles, and it reduces the wear and tear of the tires. So it reduces the wear and tear resistance of the tires, and it tends to reduce the effect of road shocks on the steering system. And incorrect steering axis inclination leads to hard steering, poor wheel return to the straight head, pulling of vehicle to a side. These are the different uses of these use of kingpin inclination. And what are the incorrect steering axis? We should not maintain an incorrect steering axis in the kingpin location. It will get a hard steering and a poor wheel return to straight head and pulling of the vehicle aside. So those are the different disadvantages of steering axis should not maintain correctly. Okay, that is kingpin inclination. You can see what is kingpin or steering axis inclination. The steering axis should be maintained correctly. So the steering axis, this steering axis should not maintain correctly. Some of disadvantages occurred by using this steering axis. Okay, so the vehicle pushes one side on the roads, and uh, with the poor wheel return and the hard steering. These are the disadvantages getting by the um, correct not maintain the correct inclination of the steering axis. Okay, so it shows the what is camber angle, what is the caster angle, kingpin location. Okay, kingpin location of the camber angle, included angle, front of the vehicle, what is toe in and toe out, I will explain. Okay, next one, what is toe in and what is toe out? What is mean by toe in angle and what is mean by toe out angle? Toe in and toe out. Toe in is the amount by which the front wheels are set closer together at the front than at the rear when the vehicle is stationary. So when the station is when the vehicle is stationary in position, you can observe the front wheel and the front side of the wheel length and the back side of that length. You can see that front it is 79 inches and the rear side is 80 inches. Front side is 79 inches and the back side of the wheel is 80 inches. Okay, and the direction of the wheels is right side of the vehicle. That means positive side of the vehicle, positive side of the vehicle. You can see that positive sides, the wheel should be aligned in that axis. It is positive side of the vehicle. This alignment is called toe in. This alignment it is called toe in. Okay. Next one. What is toe out? What is toe out? The wheel may be set closer at the rear than at the front, in which case the difference of the distance between the front wheels at the front and the rear wheels is called toe out. The distance between the front of the wheel and the back of the wheels, the front of the wheels distance is increased and the back of the wheels length is decreased. The front of the wheel distance is increased. It is 80 inches. And the back of the wheel's distance it is 79 inches. 79 inches. If the front of the wheel's distance is high compared to the back of the wheel's distance, then this amount of variation of this difference between distances it is called toe out. Toe out. You can see the what is the alignment of these wheels. The wheel alignment is negative side of the vehicle. The wheel alignment is negative side of the vehicle. You can observe the wheel alignment negative side of the vehicle. Okay, the wheel is aligned with negative side. The wheel is aligned with negative side. So front is 80 inches and the back is 79 inches. So this distance, this difference between this difference between distance is called toe out. Okay, so that is toe in and toe out. And you can see what's the purpose of toe in and toe out means ensure parallel running of the front wheels. So the parallel running of the front wheels we can place toe in and prevent side slipping and excessive wear of tires and stabilize the steering and offset the small deflections in the wheel support system which come out during forward travel of the car. These conditions will maintain the tow-in operation. The tow-in setup should be placed in the automobile vehicle systems. Okay, so these are the different parts explanation in the steering geometry. So it is the diagram of the toe-in and toe. Next class, we will see about the what is the steering center point location and what are the different gates used in the steering system. I will explain in next class. So thank you guys. We will see you in next class.